I am only wearing this jersey tonight to show the respect for the man who just hit 1,000 games and nothing else. And as I was getting my notifications from the NHL app about each goal from the game, I increasingly got more and more pissed. Because the Blackhawks, they just keeled over and died for one of their biggest, most influential players in franchise history. He's playing his 1,000th game. And this is what you do? You just disrespected him by showing up like that? What is wrong with you? I cannot believe that this team actually played that game. I cannot believe that game actually just happened. I cannot believe it. Because there's no way that 1,000th game for Patrick Kane, one Kane, just was a 6-1 loss to the Dallas Stars. There's no way. No way. But no, it decided to happen tonight. Because you know why? Because I like pain! Pain! I love it. I soak it up. And it goes into my bloodstream as each passing day goes by. And another one of my favorite teams just absolutely just craps the bed. Because for some reason, anytime there is a big situation or a big occasion for one of my sports teams, they fall flat on their face like a pancake and don't show up at all. I don't understand. I seriously cannot comprehend how awful Chicago sports teams are under that kind of pressure. They are abysmal. Abysmal. At least they have become it. The Blackhawks were a fantastic team. They were the one team to actually ruin that narrative and actually perform in crucial situations, which is why we have 3 cups in the last decade. But with that performance, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, the Cubs kind of did the same thing. They kind of did the same thing. They broke it for 1 year at least. By winning the World Series somehow and doing it for the first time in 108 years. That was one of the best sports events I had ever watched in my entire life. I sat down and I was able to watch that entire game. I don't know how. But that was a special story. Since then, they absolutely got destroyed the following year in the NLCS. They were knocked out in the wild card after a terrible Game 163 by the Rockies of all teams. And they've stunk. Well, actually, they haven't stunk, but they've missed the playoffs the past 2 years. And they just have not been able to get the gang back together in a way to perform those players that were there to get them back to the World Series. It's not going to happen for a long time. I know this is what the Cubs are. Why am I getting hopeful? Why am I talking about them when I should be talking about this team that's ruining it right now and ruining my night? There is no chance and no way in hell this team is going to make the playoffs. They keep playing like this. I can't understand. I'm not even going to review the game. Why should I talk about that awful performance, that gut-wrenching, that punch to the gut of Patrick Kane? You do not disrespect this name right here, and that's what this team has just done to its best player. But you take Patrick Kane, 1,000 games in the NHL, a monumentous occasion that's coming up 2 games after one of your best performances I've ever seen, or at least this year. You suck last game. You let up 6 unanswered. And then let up 6 again in this one. I don't get it. I really don't get it. How this team can decide, hey, Patrick Kane, that guy, who's really important to us and kind of did a lot for our franchise, kind of brought us out of the dumpster fire that we were. Yeah, let's just yeah, he doesn't yeah, we don't need to really do much. Let's just kind of throw this game away. It's kind of out, whatever. It's not much, and that's not really important. Because that's what they treated it like, even if it wasn't what's on their mind. They did not treat it like that, and that's what makes me pissed. You know what? If the team played well and they lost, shucks. You put up a good fourth effort. But this is madness! What is this? 6-1. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's not the biggest way to blow it. It's not the biggest blowout you've ever seen. But come on, man. It's the worst loss this season. It's easily your worst game this season. No hyperbole, no joke, not even close. Absolutely abhorrent, awful. Excruciating. Excruciating. That's another one. Exhausting. I don't know. I'm trying to think of more words, but I can't because my mind's just racing of how pissed I am. Listen, I've been, a fan. I kind of a big fan of the team since probably about 2014. I wasn't really there to watch the miraculous 17 seconds. I hate to say it, but since then I was able to watch the Cup run in 2015. I was able to watch the first run and be pissed at St. Louis for the 50,000, or actually not the 50,000th time. We actually slapped them up and down the ice all the time. They can have that one. They can have their cup. As long as they don't ever win a cup again, they can have their cup because they're not looking good this year, and I'm happy. Then you get to 2017, and see this is where the pain starts, because this is where, ooh, yay, Nashville. We'd absolutely just been like, oh, Nashville, okay, you're our first round opponent. We'll just go ahead and beat you in a pretty close series, but it's not really close. We'll go ahead and just toss you aside on our way to cups. But this time we were the 1 and they were the 8, and they swept us and they went to the final and lost. I wanted them to win that final so they could never win a finals ever again. And then the last 2 years have been absolutely terrible. And then you get to this, or actually two of the last 3 years, and then you get to last year and they pull a rabbit's hat out of their butts to beat Edmonton, and then absolutely, run into just a so much better opponent in Vegas and somehow win a game. But come on. And then you get to this season, and they've surprised everyone. This is what everyone expected. Everyone expected this kind of performance from you guys this season, and you're showing them that this is exactly who we are. This is not who we want to be. This is not who we are. I sure hope so, because if we perform like this in the next game, woo, that's going to be just dandy. My vocal cords are kind of getting shot right now, so I'm going to stop before I go off on another 5-10 minute tangent here. Please like the video if you liked me screaming my head off. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more screaming my head off, because you're going to see that a lot. Whether it comes from the Hawks or the Bears and maybe even the Cubs down the line, maybe even the Bulls if I ever feel like I want to just, punish myself. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss stuff. I am out. I sure hope they win this next game for my own sanity. Please win.